was a busy weekend this weekend.
Was
It
it?
was unbelievable. I don't know where to start. My head's exploding. You had, well, first off, since we've done this, you had the Redskins' big signing. They opened up the ATM. We talked about, you talked about that on PTI, but that hadn't happened yet.
Okay.
Quite yet.
Right.
You had Jim Bowden, your boy. Jim Bowden.
I'm not going to dwell on this. I think that his resignation was one step ahead of them firing him, and I think
he was one step ahead of the posse.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I
think he should have been fired for the accumulation of bad general managing over a protracted period of time. And so I think that the right cause was served here. And if it allows him to get out and say, I resigned, I didn't want to be distraction, take the high road, good for him. Good for him.
It's just sort of amazing. The Nationals, I want the Nationals to be on my own radar because I live here. And they got a beautiful new stadium sort of near downtown, although they miss with that too. And he is so insignificant to the larger picture of baseball. He doesn't even the radar couldn't possibly find him. Yet locally, he has goofed this thing up to such a degree that the Nationals can only be well served by find not just a competent GM. Go and get someone who can lift the franchise and be a responsible person and be looked at as sort of, this is sort of the face of the franchise, because these owners, I don't know what they look like.
Do you know what I would do?
I don't know who they are.
I'd go the different one. I know what you're suggesting. Because they're terrible.
Yeah.
I'd go get one of these
young
brilliant kids. I'd go get a 30-year-old kid who's been reading Peter Gammons his whole life, who crunches these numbers, who knows the Billy Bean thing and all that. And I would say, they're so bad, go sign some people.
Okay. I'm okay with having that guy.
I don't know who he is.
You want that guy to be on sort of the Yankees, Red Sox model.
Yes.
Or Billy Bean model. That guy can come in and be an assistant. He can do all of that stuff behind the scenes.
Hire that guy.
Have someone who appears to be the steward of the team.
Well, I thought your boy Stan Kasten.
But is he going to be that? Is he that?
Well, he's in front of the camera all the time.
I don't mean what their names are. I know what their names are. Where the hell are they?
They're not activist owners in the sense of what we're used to in this city with Ted Leonsis and Danny Snyder.
And before that, going back with
Ken Cook, who was the greatest.
And Abe Pollin. And people were visible people.
Abe was visible, but Abe wasn't greeting at the door. He wasn't Mark Cuban.
Right, not out
and these people, the learners, don't seem to be those people. Right. They made money in real estate, right?
Yeah.
They don't seem to be those people. So you want to get... I'm sure they thought Bowden was a dynamic front man who'd shake your hand and bring you into the hall.
But Cass is a much better front man. We know that because he's done that for 2 franchises. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What makes you want to go see the Nationals right now?
Cardinals are in town?
With 6 inches of snow on the ground, nothing.
What's going to make you May 1st want to see the Nationals?
I'm not Boz, okay? I'm not getting apoplectic over Adam Dunn. I mean, they got a guy. Ryan Zimmerman's the only player I've heard of.
Adam Dunn's a worthy player.
Adam Dunn's fine. Adam Dunn's fine, but who knows what he's gonna? Who knows if he's done or not? They had to fire a pitcher because the pitcher didn't show up. He didn't report.
Contract and then he just didn't
show up.
They have these mishaps.
Why do you have these people?
It's like the bad news bears. They have so
that
many
guy's
things.
playing in a World Baseball Classic and didn't show up. Why do you have these people?
I don't get it.
Okay, so. That was one of many things that happened. Another thing that just happened: Redskins cut Jason Taylor.
So what?
That's
He's done.
He was done.
He's a dancer. He's a nice fella. He's a great looking man. What did he do? What did he do last year?
He was hurt for the first time.
He'll be hurt all the time.
He'll be on TV.
From now on.
It's over.
That's right.
The question is, the question is, will his accomplishments get him in the Hall of Fame? And that will be discussed in 4 or 5 years as he comes up.
This is a guy who's the model he's using is The Rock.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to be an action hero.
Good for him.
He's great looking, and there's no reason why he can't do that. He's not going to, I don't think he's the guy who's going in the booth. I don't think he's like Tiki. I think he wants to wear the loincloth and be a star.
Good for him.
I do. I think he's Tarzan. No, honest to God, I think he could be really good, like The Rock's really good. And Jason Taylor, because of Dancing with the Stars, he's got a springboard to this thing. Well, do you have any idea how much more money you can make doing that than playing football if you're Jason Taylor?
You don't need football if you're Jason Taylor.
No, you really don't.
No, you don't.
No. The other thing, you went to the Wizards game Friday night?
Well, I went for a minute.
Did you see anybody there you knew? Some old friends or anything?
Yeah, Ed Tapscott.
Yeah.
Phil Hubbard.
Anybody else from Chicago?
Did you meet Obama?
That's who
Did you
I was
get to meet
thinking
him?
of.
I saw him walk in.
I didn't
He
go.
looked cool.
I didn't go to the game. I went to the
That
pregame.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't go for
He's wearing just a T-shirt and a jacket. He looked great. He's a great-looking president.
Yes, he is.
You have to understand something. This is. I asked David Stern about this a couple weeks ago. This is the first president who's been primarily a basketball fan in the White House.
Clinton wasn't a basketball fan?
He was a basketball fan, but not primarily. That wasn't his first sporting passion. Clinton was first a college football guy, as you know, the Razorbacks. And then he loved basketball. He did. He loved it, but it wasn't not like Obama. Obama's immersed in basketball. Obama has hired, if you look at Obama's sort of team of advisors, it's not just his cabinet, but his kitchen cabinet, even down to Susan Rice. They play basketball. They all play. Obama doesn't even have friendships with people who weren't high school basketball players, and many of them were college players. And basketball very much is his metaphor for life. Like, so many people, so many presidents have had baseball be that.
Yeah.
And in a lot of most presidents are football fans. Most presidents are not basketball people. Obama played basketball, lived and breathed basketball, and then he moved to a place where basketball is incredibly important, the south side of Chicago. Still plays basketball. I guess they're going to have this gym, the NBA is going to help him put in the White House. They're going to take out the bowling alley. But
you gotta be torn
I
over
did
that.
not stay for that.
You didn't say hi?
If that's his metaphor for life, if basketball is his metaphor for life right now with what's going on Wall Street, he's down 6, he's got to foul. He's got to put somebody on the line and get the ball back because Wall Street is tanking, no matter what he's done with the stimulus package. So he's got a quick foul, hope they miss, slow down, shoot
slow
threes.
The game down?
He's got to
slow the game down?
That's right.
Yeah, so it was good for you. But you know what? It was good that he didn't sit in a suite.
No.
He sat courtside.
And he looked great.
And I thought that was good, and people wanted to. Tony used to talk about this all the time. People sometimes you need to be seen. You need to give people something to distract them from the woes.
Everybody's texting when he shows up.
Pictures.
Yeah.
And
so you didn't go.
I wasn't there. I didn't. You're not listening.
You were there for the pregame.
Pregame.
And you didn't stay. You didn't just as
I went
you
to
were
work.
walking out, he
I
was
went to
coming
work.
in.
I went to do work for the Washington Post. I went to talk to coaches, talk to John Paxson, because we've been popping him around a little bit.
That's right.
And what did you teach me when I was a youngster?
Show up.
Yep.
Show up.
You pop people around.
Show up.
Show up. Mm-hmm. So John Paxson was very cordial, as I suspected he would be.
They're always cordial.
And there's Obama's presence at this game becomes more important because there's no season here.
I was going to say
because there's no season. There's been a season here for the last 4 years because they got to the playoffs because you had Gilbert and then you had Gilbert maybe not. And so
did you see Gilbert?
No, I didn't see Gilbert. No. So Obama's presence at this game becomes a big story. By the way, nice Redskin section we had. We had the Redskin section on Friday. You see that? Obama's picture, D18.
It wasn't D18.
Front of the New York Daily News. Couldn't be found in the Washington Post.
It was D3.
The President of the United States at a basketball game and the signing of a guy who may or may not be here in 4 years, the whole front of the Washington Post sports section.
Was it?
The President of the United States at a basketball game.
I think you could have.
D411.
Could have put a little Obama.
D411.
Yeah. Well,
we don't have
D400. It shows you shows you the only thing that the newspaper thinks is important about sports in Washington. If I was owning the Washington Wizards, that might piss me off.
Okay, last question. Did you see that Boris Becker got engaged?
No.
He got engaged to his longtime girlfriend. They'd broken up. And
second marriage.
Yeah, second wife.
At least.
But they'd been engaged, and then they broke up. I don't know her name. But they were on a game show or something. He asked her to marry him. She said yes, and it ended with him jumping through a burning, heart-shaped hoop of fire.
Uh-huh.
Would you do that? Is there any circumstance?
How good looking is she?
She's pretty good looking.
Yeah, and the answer is yeah.
She looks like Adriana Lima.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or if she looks like Rosalind Sanchez.
Oh. It was just kind of pathetic, though, to see Boris going right head first through that.
Boris is now 40 years old, right?
He's 40.
Burning heart of flames.
That's pretty cheesy.
It was cheesy.
I mean, you're Boris Becker.
But I was a German game show. I'm guessing maybe that's not the cheesiest thing ever. So did you guys make it in okay today? In the snow? We had
I left an hour early, and I was surprised because I'm a longtime resident of the District of Columbia. I was surprised at how easy the travel was inside the city, because sometimes it's not.
What time were you driving?
I left at around 11:30. I left around 11:30 in the morning. My street, which never gets plowed, got plowed today.
Somebody living on it? Somebody important?
No, and it did, and that was really great. Maybe Fenty is just better at this than previous people because he grew up here. Maybe that means more. I don't know. I would say I had 5 inches at my house. About 5 inches cleaning off the cars and stuff. About 5 inches.
It's a joke.
What?
Cancel schools.
Close the airport. Didn't close the district.
The airport last night, shuttle closed down. There was no snow when they closed it. Believe me, I was in New York. I had to go get a train to get home, and the train got stuck on the tracks twice because of ice blockage under the tracks. So don't start me about this place, because Obama was right about this place. This place is a joke, and all we do is lose millions and millions of dollars every year to days at work lost, to school days that have to be postponed, to work days that are never made up, the amount of work lost, because people can't go somewhere and get a couple of shovels and clean this place out. No, they didn't.
No.
There's no one in the streets right now. There is not. There's no one out there.
The District of Columbia schools are open.
The schools are open, but there's no one there. I drove down here in like 16 minutes. There's no one out there. And when you walk out there, there's no one. What street are we on? 7th Street? There's no one on 7th Street.
What's freezing?
I'm sorry. Cold. And it's not freezing in Minneapolis, it's not freezing in St. Louis, it's not freezing in Kansas City. It's the only place that's freezing in America?
Well, in Minneapolis, they have those
Minneapolis
big things.
We're not Florida.
Minneapolis is a dome.
It's not Florida. We're not Arizona. People here seem to think they're in Florida, but they're not. It's cold. It's Washington.
That's cold.
All right, Mr. Wilbon.
Place stinks.